There's 2, there's 4, there's 6 and 8. Shunting, rolling stock, and hauling freight. Red, green, yellow, orange, purple, brown, blue. They're the really useful crew. That's who. All with different roles to play around Tidmouth sheds and far away. Down Gordon's Hill and around some bends, we got Thomas and his friends. It was Christmas time on the island of Sodor. All the railways were doing their final jobs for the day before having the Christmas day off.
Hello again, Charlie. You too, Billy, right?
You guys met me last Christmas, remember?
How could I forget? That was no doubt the best Christmas present ever, knowing I have a brother.
Sorry there, Charlie. We might need a recap. Mind telling us about you and Billy's Christmas last year?
Sure thing, Philip. Christmas time. Yes, sirree. It's that time of year again, where people get visited by Santa and sharks get visited by someone else.
Who would that be?
Why, Santa Jaws, of course.
Big apartment.
Oh, hey, you look like me.
Yeah, you like me too. Only purple with red wheels.
Say, are you a Manning Water L class?
Why, yes I am. I say, you're one too.
Blink it, Nora. Don't you two see? You're brothers. Charlie, this is Billy. Billy, this is Charlie.
I know who he is. I can see your nameplate. No need to boss us.
There, brother. You shouldn't be too hard. He's just trying to be friendly. You silly Billy.
I have a bad memory with that nickname.
Every year on December, an engine is randomly selected to pull the presents train. This year, it was given to Charlie. Although, he thought about not doing it alone, but with his newly found brother.
My fellow brother, wanna double head with me and the presents train? We're heading to Vicarstown, although we have to make a couple stops first.
Well, I'm on my way back to Vicarstown, right? Let's do it.
The 2 tank engines made their way across the main line.
Isn't it wonderful? 2 brothers being together and everyone preparing for the holidays.
I do have a feel there's a song coming up.
Dad would chop down the tree.
Chores.
Mom would prep up a meal.
Work.
Children would get in the way.
Kids, they can be a big old deal.
Decorating the tree.
Gardening.
Wiring all of the lights.
Electrical contracting.
Wrapping up boxes and writing out cards.
Office work. What a sight.
Then we take those presents and pile them under the tree. We barely get a wink of sleep wondering what they could be.
The special gift of Christmas that really makes it great.
It's so great.
Is the insomnia and the anxiety.
What?
Kids get from having to wait.
Can't wait till Christmas. There's so much to do. Yahoo! Can't wait till Christmas.
Wake me when it's through.
Their first stop was the Farquhar branch line by Ruth's workshop.
Perfect! Thank you, boys, for delivering the water troughs.
Of course, Ruth. Now, who are the rods for?
They are for me. Greetings from Bloomer.
These water troughs will be full of water for Bloomer to pick up.
Next year I'm going to be fitted with a water scope, and with the water troughs I can pick up water without stopping by a water tower.
We'll put into action in the spring. We can't do it in the winter or the water will freeze. Now, before you guys leave, I'd like you to deliver these snow caps for Belle.
Further down the line, the two Manning Wardle L classes made their stop to the Sodor Search and Rescue Center.
Hello there, you two. What brings you to the center?
Charlie showed the manager the snow caps. They appear to be filled with some sort of ice crystals. The manager snapped the snow caps onto Belle's hoses.
Ready, Belle? Let it fly.
And out came Belle's hoses was artificial snow. Belle made it look like as if snow was falling on the Search and Rescue Center. It was such a wondrous view.
Now, isn't that a sight? Thank you, Charlie and Billy. Happy holidays.
Our pleasure, sir. And happy holidays to you all too.
You can never find out help when you need one. When you got to get that toy beneath the tree.
Yeah, when an elf is what you need, his energy, his speed, there never seems to be one who's free.
Then comes that magical moment.
So the story goes on Christmas Eve.
When elves and other weirdos
Think it's better than receive. Seems you can never find an elf when you need one, and you don't know what you're gonna do.
But if you believe the magic of Christmas Eve, then one finds you.
Well, Charlie, I never thought I'd say this, but thanks for making this month a little bit better for me this year.
You sure you don't want to spend the night at Knapford sheds with others?
I doubt folks would want me around. You wouldn't understand, but thanks for often anyway.
So Billy made his way back to Vigorstown shunting yards, and Charlie steamed off back to Knapford. He returned just in time for Sir Stephen Topham Hatt's announcement, speech, and retirement, and his son, Richard Topham Hatt, to take control of the Northwestern Railway.
Hey, silly Billy, can you believe? Oh, I forgot. You're not here.
Evening, Charlie. Why are you feeling down on a joyful holiday like this?
Hello, Thomas. And, well, today was such a splendid day. I found out I have a brother named Billy.
Billy? Oh, I forgot he existed.
Huh?
Nothing.
Charlie included the fact that during their last interaction, Billy wanted to spend time alone at Vigorstown.
Well, that's somewhat understandable, considering how we acted on the island and before that.
How so?
The story dates back in 1926, where Billy, back then he was called William, worked as a station pilot at the Birmingham and Gloucester Railway. Basically, like any station pilot, he would organize and shunt rolling stock for the bigger engines to take. Although, as you may have guessed, the bigger engines can be very bossy. "William, where are my coaches?" "Come on, William. These trucks aren't going to shunt themselves, you know." The bossiness from the engines made William very cross. He wished he would leave the shunting yards and the top station. One time, he offered to help bank an engine at Licky Incline.
"Sorry, William, but Big Brother got that covered."
"That's right, you midgetus, William. You should know your place as a station pilot." The nuisance from the bossy big engines prolonged until at last, around the other half of the 20th century, dieselization came in, and, well, you get the rest. Now, William was shunted into a shed, and he was abandoned for a long time. Until early September 2007, Billy was found and was purchased by Sir Topham Hatt to work on the island of Sodor. William was determined to have a new and improved life on the island, with the exception of being renamed Billy. But while he was determined, he was blind with anger at the same time. With the big engines being bossy to him, poor Billy couldn't tell the difference between engines and people being bossy, and people just trying to be helpful and giving him advice. Nevertheless, he was eager to prove himself to be a really useful engine when he got to the island. But, that's another story.
Wow, that must have been rough life for him.
Yeah, not too many people nor engines like him. But this is Christmas time. He shouldn't be alone.
Exactly. There's got to be something we can do. Say, you're running the mail tonight, right?
That evening, Billy made his way to the Vickerstown shunting yard shed and spent his Christmas Eve and day alone, just like every December. But this year was going to be quite different.
Hello, Billy. I've got a letter for you.
A letter? From me?
Thomas's driver hopped out, pulled out the letter for Billy, and read out loud.
Dear Billy, I know that most people and engines say otherwise, but to me, you're one of the coolest engines I know. You got some trait of hard-working determination. To be honest, I wish I had something like that too. Although I heard about your debut to the island, wasn't your best memory here on Sodor, but I bet you tried very hard to mend your ways ever since then. I know it must have been difficult, but just know that in the end of the day, you're eager, enthusiastic, and wanting to do your very best to make control proud. You have my full support, and never forget, you're among friends, so please, by all means, if you need help, whatever, don't be afraid to ask for assistance. We'll be here for you. I'll be here for you. Love your brother, Charlie.
I meant every word. There. Look at me, crying like a baby. Pretty pathetic. Huh? Oh, for sure. No one will ever know. You just cry your little eyes out.
The day's not over yet, Billy. Why don't you join us? No should spend the holidays alone.
Full of jolly, both tank engines made their way back to Knapford sheds and spent Christmas Eve and day there. Billy was welcomed by a chorus of whistles and horn.
There you have it. There's no need to be alone. Right, silly Billy? Oh, sorry. I forgot. You don't like that nickname.
It's fine, Chuckling Charlie.
A nickname? For me? This is the best Christmas ever! Merry Christmas, dear brother!
Merry Christmas, my brother.
This is probably the best Christmas story ever.
Quite so, Stafford. Charlie should tell us this story every year.
And now Christmas holidays will be more special from now on. Thanks to my chief brother. Merry Christmas, Chuckling Charlie.
Merry Christmas, silly Billy! Merry Christmas to one and all!
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree at the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and soon the bells will start. And here's the thing that'll make them ring. It is a caroling that you'll sing within your